I had a few meetings with the head of oncology at a hospital in Melbourne, Florida. And he was this big burly guy with a beard. And he was very curious because I was having a great deal of success. And he came over to my office the first time. And I said, well, are you addressing nutrition? And he looked at me and said, nutrition has nothing to do with
He took
cancer.
a bite of his Big Mac and said, nutrition has nothing to do with it.
Nutrition has nothing to do with cancer. And I said, well, let me show you a few articles and have you go over them. And just, these are research articles published by oncological journals.
Mm-hmm.
Read them. And I gave him about 6 articles to read, studies to read. And he called me up about 2 weeks later, wanted to get together again, so he came over to my office. I would never go over to his office. It was in the hospital. And came over to my office and said, just wanted to talk to you again about this patient. He's doing very, very well, but I don't understand why. But they said they're coming to you now and they're not coming to me anymore, and I would like to know why. And I said, did you read any of the articles that I gave you? He said, no. I said, do you want to learn? He said, I went to medical school to learn. And he was in his 50s, and I said, do you really believe that you learned anything in medical school? He said, well, I learned how to treat cancer. I said, then why are your patients dying? Well, that's cancer. Now, this is the head of cancer for a major hospital that had an IQ that maybe if you were a mullet fisherman, I mean, this type of ignorance to me is unfathomable.
Did he ever read them?
Never read them. Never had the curiosity to read them. Never cared enough about his patients. And this is what's so aggravating and why I used the word sociopath before. If you don't care enough about your patients to learn, what the hell are you doing practicing medicine?
You're in the wrong business.
You know, sell used cars, write articles, go on the Jon Stewart show and be a comedian, but don't put people's lives in your hands if you're not willing to learn. And that is my big bugaboo. Physicians that aren't willing to continue their education, that really think they learned something in medical school, because I guarantee you 10 years out of medical school, you know you did not learn much at all.
If you're a good doctor.
If you're a good doctor.
You realize that.